Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praise and the glory to the Most High and the Son, Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Rakah, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone that told me what I know today, and as well as giving you brothers your deserved salutations worldwide for furthering this ministry. And shalom to the Yakim Wagwafiyam as well. And it's your brother Laban. Just real quick, I just want to speak on this coronation, which is what I saw all the way until he was crowned, and I forgot about it. And, which took place on a Saturday, I believe. Yeah, it was a Saturday because we set up the camp a day before, right? Because certain brothers would have to go through the Westminster area, and it would probably be problematic. Indeed, they probably wouldn't even be able to get the camp. So that's why we had to do that. But anyway, getting to this coronation anyway, the end part of it, this woman, Penny Mordaunt, delivers him the sword, which Penny Mordaunt is a woman which was running to be the prime minister of the country against this woman, which she was the prime minister for a short span of time. I forgot her name. And she left, and then Rishi Sunak took the position, which Rishi Sunak is an Elamite in this case, which he's the prime minister currently. And, again, getting into the topic of this video, man, what I thought of seeing him getting the sword or receiving the sword by this woman, yes, I thought about the precepts, but most importantly, I had a thought in my mind that due to this man's tenure of being the king of the monarch, he's going to bring Jacob's trouble. You better believe through this man's tenure, somehow, some way, there's going to be Jacob's trouble happening in effect. And I remember through the COP 26 meeting that I will be reading when he said that they had to come on a Marshall-like stance to and through all the private sectors when it comes to the topic of climate change and just cutting down on carbon emissions. Okay, so without me kind of butchering it, I'm going to read it to you. Because this dude here, and speaking about the World Economic Forum as well, he's the head of that. And you already know what they're all about. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get in reading this part of the article, and we're going to start right here. So he goes to say in this right here, let me go up a little bit. This is it right here. We're going to start right here. I know you all carry a heavy burden on your shoulders, and you do not need me to tell you that. The eyes and hope of the world are upon you to act with all dispatch and decisively, because time is quite literally run out. So with that statement right there, time is quite literally run out. The basic scriptures should come to mind. And this reads, the recent IPCC report gave us a clear diagnosis of a scale of the problem. We know what we must do. With a growing global population creating ever increasing demand on the planet's finite resources, we have to reduce emissions urgently and take action to tackle the carbon already in the atmosphere, including from a coal fire and power station. So now let's read another point as well. So yeah, this is it right here. Let's read this part as well. And there's the main point, which is in the next, which is in what, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, right? So ladies and gentlemen, my plea today is for countries to come together to create the environment that enables every sector. Matter of fact, you know what? Excuse me. I kind of went off, man. Let me go back. Let me back up a little bit, right? Let's read this over here. The scale and scope of the threat we face call for a global systems level solution based on radically transforming our current, keyword radically, right? Transforming our current fossil fuel based economy to one that is generally renewable and sustainable. So ladies and gentlemen, my plea today is for countries to come together to create the environment that enables every sector of industry to take the action required. And we know this will take trillions, not billions of dollars. We also know that countries, many of whom are burdened by growing levels of debt, simply cannot afford to go green. This is the point. Here we need a vast military style campaign to marshal the strength of the global private sector with trillions at its disposal, far beyond global GDP. And with the greatest respect beyond even the governments of the world leaders, it offers only real prospect of achieving fundamental economic transition. So what is he talking about? Because the only way that you can mitigate on the carbon emissions is by restricting a lot of movement. Or one of the ways, another way that you can cut down on carbon emissions is by killing a lot of people too. Depopulation. That's the truth. That's really what he's basically talking about. But he's speaking in code because he can't tell you exactly what he's telling you. And he's telling the whole world that this is what the world has to do by speaking to these prime ministers of these different countries. So he's telling these different prime ministers or these political figures up there at the COP26 meeting that they're going to have to come with wrath and force to bring this setting where they can be able to control people's movements or, if possible, kill a lot of people to cut down on carbon. Because we emit carbon by traveling, or however we travel, we emit carbon. Okay, so this individual right here, he's going to command, because remember, the power is in Britain. The power of the planet is Britain and not America. America is the influential part of the world, but Britain is the power of this system. And you have noblemen in many different places around the world, but the noblemen which have power is down here in the UK, and he's one of them that's going to bring this forward. Jacob's trouble I'm talking about. He's going to bring the day of evil, as it is. I think I just read it already, where it reads that the Lord have created all things for himself, yea, even the wicked, for the day of evil. And the day of evil he's going to bring. Okay? He's going to bring the day of evil. And that's what that sword is indicative of, from my understanding anyway. So now let's read. If I didn't read it, I'll read it again. Actually, I don't have to read it. I read it already. So now let's read the book of Revelation 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and the power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And we know that this is automatically talking about Esau, because Esau is red in his apparel, and the color red is symbolic of sin. So this man of sin is going to declare wrath on the earth, as he just said to you on the transcript, because they have a short period of time. So they're going to radically change the world to their setting because they know that their time is short. All right. And these devils, they know that eventually they're going to be our slaves and they're going to get their ass whooped for a very long time. So they're going to do anything it takes to escape that. So this devil is coming with the sword to come up with a world where they can restrict your movement under the guise of climate change. The earth is heating up because of carbon emissions. But when you really actually read between the lines and you know the code that they're speaking, and what they're really saying is that they want control of your life. That's really what it is. They want to be gods over you, and they want to restrict the kind of movements that you make. Just restricting movement, just to basically put it. They want to be able to restrict your movement and control your life. That's it. And if they can't do that, they're going to kill you. That's the whole bottom line of it. All right? Because the powers that be, whether people are aware of it or not, there are greater evils that the average person will never understand. We understand this because we're awakened. We're enlightened. They're enlightened on the left-hand side. We're enlightened They're enlightened on the left-hand side. We're enlightened on the right-hand side. So we know the real spirit of the powers that are ruling over us today. And what we understand and very well know is that their minds are very dark and they have a very sinister, evil agenda. And the Most High is going to allow the evil agendas to be put into place so that they can destroy themselves. As it is also written that Rav killeth the silly one. I'm roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Okay? Because when Yahweh Shai comes back, it's going to be all kind of chaos. What I wanted to say originally is that we're going to get through the kingdom by tribulation, as it reads in the book of Acts 14 and what is it, 22? I think it's 23, where it reads that through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. So Esau is going to bring the heat on this earth, and that's how we're going to transition to the kingdom. All right, so this devil is going to bring the sword, man. He's going to command the world to transform the planet to a great reset under the guise of the New World Order, to where they either can kill you, or if you play the game, they can keep you alive, but your life is going to be restricted and controlled. Okay? This devil's coming with the sword now. And this could happen in a matter of maybe 3 to 6 months. We don't know. We have to wait and see. But there's going to be probably a major psychological operation that's going to give them the reason to come down with the wrath that they're going to come with. Death is coming. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to let it be known at that. So with that, I'm closing. Shalom.